Okay, working on this big tiger piece. It's charcoal on canvas. I've got graphite powder in here. I've got some pastel, using pastel pencil, black. This is a 30 by 40 canvas, so it's pretty big. And right now I'm at a phase where I'm gonna go over this whole thing with erasers. Right now I'm really liking this just cheap rubber eraser that I cut into kind of a sloped shape there with a point. I'm cleaning it off every once in a while using a little sander, just like that, keeping kind of a point there. But what I need to do, I'll try to stay up here. I'm not worried about being perfect, but I'm gonna add in the fur marks texture, because then what I'll do after I go over this whole thing is I'm gonna add some fixative to it. I wanna get some of the whites down though first before I do that, of course, because once you put the fixative down, you can't really get it super white again. And then I will go back over it in the darker areas and add more of fur detail after I apply the fixative. So it looks a little weird maybe right now, but that's okay, because hopefully by the time it's all done, I won't have as many of these obvious marks here, right? Whoop. Okay, trying to put this on a stand and work at the same time. I've got a reference photo above there that I'm looking at every so often, quite often. To get there's eraser shavings, I've just got a nice little fluffy makeup brush that I'm gonna come through and brush those off. Sometimes I'll even use my little hand vacuum and suck them up, but usually the brush gets them falling. It does kind of brush off some of the charcoal, but not bad. Anywho, I'll probably do this more at the end, just wanted to kind of show. But my detail brain wants me to go in and capture every little hair that is going. Can't do that on this canvas like I would be able to on paper or my scratch board, where I can get every little tiny detail. I have to remind myself it's creating more of the impression of the fur versus exact, every little fur strand. But yeah, so I will be doing this for a while. And then I'll come back. Let me zoom in on that so maybe you can see it even better. So you can see where I'm getting the eraser in on this graphite powder that I applied here. The fur starts going in all kinds of different directions when I'm on the nose, and if I get too detailed, it's gonna just look weird. So I gotta try to kind of get some general markings in here. But anywho, it'll come together in the end. There's always kind of like this ugly phase where you're like, ugh, what am I doing? This is terrible. But if you push through and just trust the process, keep going, keep layering, you're gonna end up with something hopefully that you like. When I first started drawing, I thought I was terrible. but I realized I just wasn't being patient enough and allowing for the layers. Once I figured out the importance of layers, I started getting more realistic looking pieces. Okay, I will keep going. Hoping to finish this one in the next couple days. I will probably do this marking tonight, spray it with fixative so that I can fully dry, and then go back in tomorrow night. Okay.